Welcome back, contestants. This is a competition, as we remind you every week. And in a competition, not everybody gets to win. We do have some comments from yesterday's activation and event. Whilst it was generally very nicely done, nice is not necessarily excellent. And excellence is what we strive for as ambassadors when we carry a brand. Every single one of you here have the potential to be the next brand ambassador. But it will require a little bit more attention to detail. And it will require a little bit more effort in terms of making sure that you don't have to revert to contingency plans so that things go right first time. Now, to recap, lovely event. Everybody participated. Everybody was working well with each other on the surface of things. But having each other's backs means also checking each other's work to make sure that there are no mistakes. There was a problem with the hashtag that needed an intervention that was very untidy and that compromised the quality of the leaflet. The leaflets were printed skew and cut off-center, so they were not very nicely presented. The food that you presented us with as snacks when we arrived was not the food from the organization you were striving to promote. Most importantly, the message that you created or tried to create in the video was not cohesively and clearly communicated. There is a risk that people may perceive the unthinkable, which is that they should go to a landfill to get quality food. And that is not what we are saying. So there is an element of communication that was missing in the message. And then, of course, there was whether or not you really leveraged the opportunity to create awareness by having the right people doing the right things at the event to start trending on social media. Now, I'm not so sure about you, but my colleagues, do you not think that better use of influencers, perhaps some media, Sylvester, would have helped to create a better awareness?
Most definitely, because all you want is to ensure that whatever that's taking place in that small scale at the event is actually amplified outside of that event to touch more people, because we want the message to reach as many hearts and minds as possible. So you would have definitely looked into community media, potentially, a little community radio station that could help to be able to drive this message, and also maybe ways of trying to expand the number of people that are actually at the event.
As well as it's not all about influencers. It's about the right influencers.
That's right.
Are they passionate about food? Are they passionate about reaching out to communities? That's also imperative.
So chefs, for example, people who love to cook, people who love recycling, people talk about sustainability. You know, there are a lot of influencers in that space, and we could have definitely tapped more into that space.
And you've been exposed to a number of influencers just on the show. Capitec themselves have a host of influencers who are brand ambassadors. Did you leverage the opportunity to reach out to some of the people you work with on a daily basis?
And with that said, I thought your communication, as in the messaging, was right. But remember, this competition is about what? For me, who will be the winner?
Personality.
It's all about personality. So we're really looking for personality now.
And that's what yesterday was about, to see your personalities come through in something meaningful.
And speaking of personality, we have a special guest who will be joining us as part of our deliberation this afternoon. Here we go.
Personality, personality, personality.
Hello, judges.
Hello.
How are you? I'm good. Your guys look so tense. What's happening?
So, we'd like to find out from you, Ngani. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You know all about the boardroom.
Absolutely.
A lot of tension. Someone may leave. What are your views on the contestants? What can you share with us?
Okay. I've said it all. And now I'm going to literally open up to whomst do I see as my preferred, not top 3, but top 2 of the next brand ambassador. For me personally, I'll start off with Mpho. Mpho, you are good at what you do. That, one can never take it away. But what I need for you to do more is to be a people's person, able to listen to people and give it your all. And yesterday you did a great job at the community center, able to speak, more and being an MC, because not everybody can be able to actually speak in front of an audience. So going on forward, I think there you need to learn, how to connect with people. If you could have actually given us that from the onset go of this competition, I think for me, it would have actually resonated in a different picture. And then moving on to Chase. Chase, chasing the inspiration as always. You are unbelievable in your creative skills that you've actually brought in this competition. I was able to learn from you. Remember that when you are a person that doesn't know anything, I was like a baby, and you were there to father me as a person. And I believe that not only me, but you actually fed that to each and every contestant that's actually here in this very same boardroom. And I literally see you as one of the next brand ambassadors. Then
So Nkanyi, remember this is probably not the spin-off of the Nkanyi show. so we do have a job to do.
A job, okay.
So
Taking all over, taking over.
But good, no, continue.
so if you just
Tebo.
synthesize.
Tebo. The man that stutters. But you have progressed throughout the show as a wild card. Quite very surprising. You've managed to master the skills. You've been hungry to learn. And one thing that I must say that you are still young. There's ample of time for you to, learn some of the things in terms of working in a creative space. And don't be allowed to be led by certain people. Thank God that person is no longer here on the show. And then going on forward to you, Portia. I believe in you, girl. You can be anything that you want to be, but in terms of strategy, it's something that you literally need to go back and literally do your research. I would say that try an internship, before stepping into, this competition, because I believe that when it comes to strategy, it's like cut, copy, and paste from Google. And this competition is not about that, my angel. It's about literally telling us that you know strategy and putting strategy into focus. But you do have a set of skills that become the next brand ambassador. Going to you, Zinika. Z, giving us everything that we've wanted, to see. You've grown from just being at the bottom, coming up and rising and rising and rising. Girl, you once told me that, Nkanyi, I want to learn. You've been wanting to learn. You weren't afraid to learn. Look at you. You are shining, and you're still here. And I want you to utilize that right up until the bottom 5, when the top 5 comes. I want to see you there, girl. I want to see you there, but I'm not in the top 3 yet. Miss Ready. Always ready. Ready to slay. Ready on a 100%. My next brand ambassador. Without a doubt. I see you there. I see you standing. And I see you, girl, because you've shown that right up until the very beginning when we were in Pretoria to where we're at today. Every challenge, girl, you were willing to work and lead, not just being a boss, but being a leader and setting an example for other leaders to grow. And you wanted to help everybody. You wanted everyone to learn. Strategy, you would like say, Portia, I know strategy, come through, and then not everyone here was willing to go to her and ask for help. I came to you. I was like, what is strategy? I don't even know what strategy is all about. I don't know creative. Chase, teach me creative. Mpho, what is creative all about? But this competition is about personality, as the judges has been saying from the very onset. Mind you, we know that we are looking for someone who's also on the creative ball, able to be creative, ideas spinning off and in.
So who are your top two?
My top two will have to be Cheryl as well as Chase.
Now, and you've given everybody some feedback from your personal experience on this journey. And we know that there were personality clashes and that there were some troubles.
Absolutely.
You've given everybody constructive feedback. Tell us really, what was it like with these 6 in the house? Always kumbaya, happy, happy? Or is there something we need to know as the judges?
Those who caused obstruction, thank God they're no longer here. So your guys are literally lucky that y'all did not come on my bedside, because hell was going to break loose today.
And that wasn't a coincidence, is that what you're saying? And that's why they're the top 6. Because like I said in the beginning, it boils down to personality.
Absolutely. What I love about what you shared with us, Kanye, is the fact that there are individuals in this top 6 who not only are focused on winning the game, but they also are selfless. They give of themselves. They teach. They showcase. They're open.
That's
and
true.
that's powerful. It's so good to get that kind of feedback. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Boys, girls, bye! I'll see you on the flip side. Good luck and all the best.
Thank you, Kanye.
Thank you, judges.
Thank you.
Bye! What was that? Bye, Felicia.
It was good. Chase, who would you say are your 2 strongest contestants?
At this point in the competition, I would say, first and foremost, Cheryl. I think she's very articulate. I think she speaks her mind. And I think she's very passionate about what she does. And for me, passion is also such an important element. Secondly, I would say Portia, because I think Portia really found herself near the end of this competition, and I feel like that shows so much growth. And for someone to really grow the amount that she did, I think, could you imagine the potential in a year when she's in the agency? And growth is just as important as raw talent and the ability to grow. Those are my 2.
So, Portia, your name was mentioned. Who would you say your top 2 are?
I would say my top 2 would first and foremost be Cheryl. I think she's amazing. She wants people to learn the skills that she has. She's really open to listening and to helping. And then I would say Mpo. He's good at what he does. And I believe that, yes, he should listen a bit more, but he has potential to be the next brand ambassador.
And yourself, Cheryl?
My 2 members that I see myself with, Mpo and I have had our differences. I think we're very strong-headed people, both of us. But I see a fire in his heart. And that's what I love about him. He has that fire, that intensity, incredible work ethic. And I really, really feel that he would make a great brand ambassador. And the second is Chase. Somebody that I can't even describe how he makes me feel. He's very inspirational. Being around Chase makes you want to be a better person. And that's a person that I would like by my side.
Zanika, ever quiet. The lady whom week after week people said has, missed the axe, come back stronger like the phoenix out of the ashes. What are your thoughts on your colleagues?
I definitely respect Cheryl work ethic. I think she's been very consistent throughout this competition. Very consistent, very passionate. She's literally been wanting this week after week. There's been no drop of the ball, really, and I respect her for that. And also Chase is quite a very strong contender for me.
And then Mr. Wildcard. Then you were in, then you were out, then you were back in, and now you're sitting in the top 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Who are your favorite 2?
I would say Sheridal. Sheridal is a very level head. She can really calm a situation down. And I know from personal experience from working with her, that's really helped me also be calm. She has that sense of nurturing, you know. It's not just about work, it's also about how you are as a person. And secondly, Mpo, also another person that I've personally connected with on a personal level as well as a work level, because he's also a person who's genuine with everyone. I mean, from the get-go, it was a matter of gelling with everyone, making sure everyone is good in the house. I know the energy is brought by Mpo. Like when Mpo's around, we all want to, because we feed off his energy. It's very easy to feed off his energy and work, and his work speaks for itself.
So Mpo, who would you have alongside you?
To be quite honest, I stood back and went through everyone's personalities and the skill of work they present. Everyone has grown quite a lot, including myself. I know Zanika, she's always inquisitive and always asking questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? So she stood out for me. Portia, she's always as well work ethic. I loved her work ethic. Sheridal has strategy as well as the person she is. Chase, the funness and the quirky, and like Sheridal had mentioned, you want to just be open around him. Tebo constantly just keeps wanting to grow and feeding off me as much as he can, which we've been doing exactly that. So with that said, I see Sheridal as well as I see Chase or Tebo or Zanika or Portia.
So whichever one, spin the wheel. A brand ambassador needs to be clear, hey?
True.
At some point you...
I've been clear from the beginning, and now that the team has gone intimate, it's quite an emotional ride. Sheridal and Chase, only because of work ethic. And if I had to work with them, it's people that would feed off each other and release magic.
Appreciate that.
Okay, so this is tough. This is very tough for us as well. And the person we'll be eliminating is no one. None of you will be eliminated this week. Congratulations on a very good week. Everyone here has the potential to be the next brand ambassador. We see that in each and every one of you. It's up to you now.
So about to go into the most important part of our competition from when we started. So as you can imagine, the strategy for how you're going to win has to be not only good, it has to be excellent, and it has to be incredibly consistent because you are so close. So in terms of feedback from me and Paul, it's obvious that creativity is in your blood, and I think I've already said that a few times before. And everyone around this table or around this boardroom knows that you've got what it takes. The one area that I think you definitely need to look at with precision is around how you engage with people and how you make people feel. And I think if you focus on that, but obviously keeping to your creativity, you'll be unstoppable.
Chase, I'm a big fan, advocate, promoter of creativity. However, in this business, you require a lot more than creativity in order to succeed. Being a brand ambassador requires, of course, creative solutions to complex business problems, complex situations, complex briefs. But you rely too heavily on your creative talent. What you're going to need to go forward is to balance that with the strategic ability, a business-minded approach to things, and a bit of seriousness to replace some of the quirkiness. Because as the next brand ambassador, you will be carrying a massive brand on your back, and that's no quirky joke.
Understood.
Tebo, for me, you came back, and I was expecting to see exactly what I saw when I first met you in Johannesburg. And I think over time, I've struggled personally with understanding exactly what your skill set is. And I know that we're getting into an area where maybe social media is your space. But in that space, I've also seen a couple of balls being dropped in an area that I expected you to be the leader within. So for me, I'd like to see more specificity with regards to your skill set, and I'd like to see it more amplified. Because without me knowing that, it becomes very difficult to know what is Cebo really good at.
Yes, sir.
Shiradal, arguably, for now, strongest contestants here, from what your fellow contestants have said, right? I've spoken very well about Mpho at some stage, but Kitty is no longer here, and I almost feel like I jinx the contestants when I do that.
So be careful.
So be careful, Shiradal. Be consistent. Improve where there's room to improve.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to watch. Zanika, I am so proud of you. You know how I felt about your performance a couple of weeks ago. And I've seen you improve week after week. I've also seen your attitude improve. You're a lot more positive. You really want this. And that's incredible. Keep it up. Of course, from a skill set perspective, learn more, improve more, do more. But you're on the right track.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Last but by no means least, Portia. I've watched you from day one. The quiet and seemingly introvert person who's found her voice. The leader who led her team to success. I am surprised, inspired, but also concerned. If you don't continue on an upward trajectory, you will fall behind. But most importantly, if you remain silent when you are required to speak up, you'll be overlooked. There's a lot in you beyond just strategy. And you need to demonstrate that going forward, or you'll be part of the decor, overlooked, forgotten, and placed in a corner somewhere where your career will stagnate.
So in fact, I was quite honest a few weeks back and I said, now, what I'm looking for as a judge is the individual that is going to sit at the Capitec office. So I'm not just looking for creativity for creativity's sake or strategy. I need the full package. So when I judge, going forward, it'll be thinking about the seat at Capitec.
Who are going to be our winners? Top 3 to take the seats at Capitec. This glorious job. Half of you will be the winners. It's here. It's almost tangible. You can feel it. You're almost there.
I'm a runner, as in physically run. And I will say to you that when you're running, it's the last few meters that take everything out of you. When your legs are hurting, your chest is burning, and you can see the end, but you're not sure that you can actually get there. That's when you need to give 200%, 300%, every single step to carry you to the end. That, contestants, is what you will be required to do over the next few weeks. Remember that. It's not where you start, it's where you ultimately end that counts. Good luck. You are going to need it.
I was actually about to say that also when you're running a marathon, when you're done at the end, that's when you also have to take the photos, right? So you need to look great and be amazing. So I can't wait to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, contestants. You are dismissed.
Thank you.